Hi, a warm welcome to our year in 60 minutes. My name is Lars and we are live from the new IKEA Sukhumvit in Bangkok. We literally just opened the store a few days ago and it's a fantastic store. We have a packed 60 minutes ahead of us, but first I would like to introduce my co-host, Annie, the store manager. What a day.
Hello, Lars. Thanks for having me and choosing IKEA Sukhumvit as the broadcasting studio. I'm very pleased that we are finally open and I have a lot to share more later.
It's great. Then I would like to introduce two other very important guests for us here. It's Leonie, country retail manager for IKEA Thailand, and it's Christian, the CEO of Ikano Retail. Fantastic. So, Leonie, what makes this store so special?
Well, IKEA Sukhumvit is located in downtown Bangkok, in amongst the many homemakers. More than 300,000 households within 5 kilometers. It's a 24/7 destination with the new mall here. We have an arena for 6,000 for entertainment. We have a park for jogging, and we have the world's best restaurant at IKEA with a $1 million view. So people will come throughout the day. So a great new destination and meeting place for IKEA.
That sounds fantastic. And Leonie, if I promise I won't tell anyone, can you give us some indications on the first few days?
Okay, well, it's tough times, as we know, for IKEA. We have had more than 100,000 visitors in less than 5 days. So in only 12,000 square meters. That has been a lot to handle. We are slightly under budget, but we're really satisfied with our brand exposure and the many people who have come to visit us so far. So we're very optimistic for the future.
Sounds amazing. Now we just finished the opening of this store, Christian. What can we look ahead to? When is the next store opening in Ikano Retail?
Thanks. Well, first and foremost, right, Leonie and Annie, we have to make a success out of Sukhumvit. Sukhumvit is customized for the heart of Bangkok. The next store is customized for something totally different. Guadalajara, Mexico. 35,000 square meters, full format store for more than 5 million people in Guadalajara. We just hope that they love us as much as they do here in Thailand.
And Christian, if I promise not to tell this to anyone, when will we open Guadalajara?
I hope that Jaap and Jonas and the other guys are not listening right now, but we commit to June next year.
Sounds amazing. Really good. So, 2023, another year behind us, which clearly has been a tough year. It's been impacting our businesses and it's been impacting our people as well. And we know we don't like to talk about crisis, but some of our businesses are on the verge of being in a crisis. And we know that 2024 will also be very tough. But looking back and reflecting a little bit on how we get here, we know that our heritage is everything and it's our culture and values. They are so important. And it's especially in times like this that we need to safeguard our culture and values.
And we are very pleased to have one of our owners, Peter Kamprad, joining our store opening here in Sukhumvit. He's a true champion of Ikano and IKEA culture and values, and he would like to share his special thoughts with us today.
Thank you, Annie. Yeah, I agree with you, Lars, that times are quite tough, and there are good reasons to believe they will continue to be so. But we have a strong company, we have a fantastic vision, and we have a good business idea. But first of all, we have an amazing, good company culture. And that helped us during COVID crisis. We came down to our company culture. And I am sure this will help us also this time when it's turbulent. Coming back to our company culture, work together, down to earth and simplicity. So have a good faith in our fantastic company culture. Take care.
Thank you, Peter, for these very, very important words. I'm telling you that there's no one better than Peter at communicating the culture and values. Peter spends a big part of the year traveling around to all the units in IKEA and in Ikano, talking about the culture and values. And I know for a fact that already next week, Peter's going to be in China speaking to more than 1,000 colleagues. But Peter, we hear you loud and clear on the challenging times, and we hear you loud and clear on the importance of the culture and values.
Lars, 2023 is another special year. All Ikano businesses have faced headwinds. Let's fast forward through the year. During this hour, so much has happened. Here are a few quick glimpses of what happened in the first month.
Ikano Retail kicked off 2023 by heading straight into a storm cloud of macroeconomic challenges and global unrest. During the first quarter, the fight was against high inflation, low consumer sentiment, a tricky franchisor model, and a fight for wallets. But through strong teamwork and living the IKEA spirit, the retail team would later turn the year around with record visitations, delivering on operational results and growing total turnover. A devastating earthquake shook Turkey and Syria in February, and the Ikano Group decided to provide support to affected people. Ikano Industry donated more than 13,000 mattresses to global charities working on the ground. Most of the mattresses went to Syria as there were greater needs there. In February, Ikano Bank took part in an initiative led by the Swedish Bankers Association to raise awareness about fraud. A campaign was developed to provide advice and information about how customers can protect themselves from scams. It was a success, with the vast majority of the target audience considering the campaign to be meaningful, informative and credible. Almost half of them has or plans to take some type of action. In Gurugram, India, construction is underway on a new shopping centre owned by Inca Centres. The project is a focal point for Ikano Insurance Advisory, who are managing the placement of insurance coverage for risks that may arise during the construction of IKEA buildings. The project in India is estimated to be ready in 2025.
Wow, definitely very tough times and not short of extraordinary action. If I look back at 2023, I'm particularly very proud of the quick actions from many of our co-workers in helping and supporting the devastating earthquake in Turkey and Syria. In a matter of few days, we managed to get quite a lot of thousands of mattresses shipped to the refugee camps. Normally, we only support charities in countries where we are operating, but this time we went over and above, which was very important.
This is update. Let's start first with the bank. Last years have been turbulence, one crisis after another. How has the bank managed through this? Giving finance in a responsible way while maintaining balanced risk in this volatile global environment. Let's take a look.
How do you predict an unpredictable future? The base of all credit assessment is to use information from the past to predict what will happen in the future. When deciding if someone should be able to take a loan, we look at whether people with similar salaries, loans, and payment habits have been able to pay us back. When the world changes quickly, this becomes much harder. People who would have no difficulty repaying their loans in a normal economy may suddenly struggle.
By working together as one bank, using the same digital tools, we can create profitability models that can be adjusted if we see early signs of increasing credit losses or believe that something will happen in the future.
We can test how that will affect repayments and profitability and adjust our risk accordingly.
This helps us adapt to change much quicker, making us much more resilient in tough times.
While still being a responsible lender, delivering financial solutions on fair terms.
A warm welcome to Louisa and Henrik from Ikano Bank. How are you guys doing? You're good?
Thank you.
Great.
Great, thank you.
Fantastic. Henrik, can you give us the latest when it comes to the general development of the bank right now?
I can just say that it's been another very intensive year in the bank, continuing on our journey to make the bank more relevant and more efficient. A year when we have dared more, pushing ourselves towards our customers, the many customers that we are here to serve. We've seen good growth in both B2B and IKEA. I think that's really important. I believe we've seen approximately 20% year-on-year growth in IKEA, and that's super good.
And I know we've had a special focus on the people agenda, and there's also some numbers we can celebrate.
Definitely. We started on the low end a couple of years ago, and the focus for us with everything we are doing, with the ongoing massive transformation of the bank, I'm very proud in the way we work together, we manage challenges, we have a clear direction, and of course supporting each other. And as a result of that, we've seen a strong commitment and engagement in the bank, but that is never something we take for granted and something we will work very hard to maintain and grow.
Sounds great. And Louisa, commerciality, your strong leadership and movement there right now, what's going on?
Well, during the year, we have made significant progress in our performance agenda and culture of the bank. We have made performance dashboards available to co-workers, and that's easily accessible and flexible. We have regular financial updates and performance sessions in different teams and context. We also have a much better understanding of our product profitability, allowing us to take actions to improve performance of our different products. And last but not least, we are very focused on developing a data-driven decision-making process in the bank.
Sounds great. And Henrik, you and I are in the Sustainability Committee. A lot of work going on when it comes to sustainability in the bank. Can you give us a snapshot?
I believe it's progressing in all areas. At the same time, the core of our banking business is giving access to finance to the many people on fair terms while still being a responsible lender. And we early noticed, as was mentioned in the movie, that our customers were struggling a little bit more. We took action, including more data with a common approach. We have adjusted the way we meet our customers. We have also adjusted the amount of customers that we say yes and no to. And that is good for business, living our values, and good for customers.
And Louisa, modern banks, it's all about digitalization and digital products. What are we doing in the Ikano Bank on that front?
Well, in September, we launched an IKEA loan in Finland. And next year, we are going to launch a credit card in UK for IKEA, as well as a loan and deposit solution in Sweden.
Sounds really good. And I know you're also working very closely with IKEA, a small customer.
Yes, our relationship with IKEA has really strengthened during the year. We have dedicated teams set up. We have a new governance framework, and we are working together across markets. Also, our new offerings to IKEA that we have launched the last couple of years, the credit card in Germany, the loans in Finland, UK and Sweden, have made it simpler for customers to finance a purchase. And we have embedded our financial services in the IKEA purchase process, which is great. And last but not least, they are performing very well, our new products. And we have sales record for the credit card in Germany as well as the loan in UK.
Best news ever. So Henrik, a final comment from you, looking back at 2023?
I think the obvious thing for me to say is how proud I am of the work that has been done in the bank. And I would, of course, direct a big thank you to all my colleagues in all the markets where we work, in all the offices where we are working together. Thank you for everything you have done. And I'm looking forward to another year together where we build an even stronger bank together.
Henrik, Louisa, thank you so much for participating today. I wish you a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, working in retail, I can assure you that customer finance is always on top of our customers' interest. Now let's move on to spring 2023. Let's take a look at some of what of our businesses were up to then.
In spring, insurance put the spotlight on cyber risks, a very present threat of today. Ikano Insurance Advisory helps define insurance for the cyber risk of Ikano Group, and they did a deep dive analysis of all businesses to understand and quantify the risk. This exercise provided even more capacity and coverage at a lower premium. In May, Ikano Industry in Poland celebrated the 15th anniversary of the plant in Rogozno and the 5th anniversary of the plant in Kraszenka. To To celebrate, co-workers met on a summer Saturday afternoon to spend some active time together. During the day, they participated in sports activities, made flower garlands and beautiful coloured t-shirts. They also organised their own midsummer to highlight the roots and the heritage of the Ikano brand. Ikano Bostad became first in Sweden to install solar panel modules. Together with the company What's to You, Ikano Bostad has developed a whole new type of module for construction site sheds that are easy to install, use, take down, stack, and then transport to the next construction site with a 30-year warranty. The energy they generate will be used during working hours and sold during weekends. Ikano Retail went big on sustainability. They received 2,000 workers as they signed up for sustainability learning. They held workshops, facility tours and sustainable product learnings and had more than 1,000 co-workers connect with communities for social days. Ikano Bank launched Lead Well, a brand new leadership program to develop leaders for the current change journey. It aims to boost, inspire and help leaders develop their leadership skills further. The program connects with our essence, the Ikano identity, heritage, strong values and company culture with a focus on well-being and self-reflection.
Really glad that we continue to see such a big focus on sustainability, our culture and values, and of course our people.
100% agree. Another business that are keeping busy with sustainability is Ikano Insight. They have developed something called ESG Optimizer, and luckily they have created a video to explain exactly what it is.
The big news from Ikano Insight this year has been the launch of our ESG Optimizer solution, an end-to-end data and analytics solution with an integrated software platform that captures, consolidates and analyzes business ESG and sustainability data from over 700 sources. ESG Optimizer provides automated, audit-ready reporting for all the world's major framework standards and legislative requirements, giving businesses in any sector the capability to take decisive action, speed up their decarbonisation and manage their social responsibilities in one place. We're delighted to have begun work to install the platform for all the Ikano Group businesses, delivering seamless reporting, full compliance and the power to accelerate sustainability performance. And we're not stopping there. Our partnership with IBM is bringing us to the attention of large global brands such as H&M, Electrolux, Volvo and many more, and we're now working hard to continue building new business opportunities. Take a look at the Ikano Insight website to find out more.
Teresa and Peter, it's so good to see you. So Peter, let me start with you. The ESG Optimizer. Tell me more about this work. This is amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, thanks Lars, thanks for asking. And yeah, I have to say it is really amazing, and we're working with all of the Ikano businesses at the moment. It's fantastic working with them. We've already implemented the new ESG metrics and the emissions metrics that we need to fulfill the legislation. And now we're going through with each of the businesses implementing the detailed greenhouse gas emission metrics and each of their own KPIs. And then the other thing we're actually doing with the businesses is supporting the climate transition plans and helping the businesses to work out how they're going to get to a 50% emissions reduction by 2030.
And Peter, what differences do you think this will do for our own businesses, but also for other businesses?
So one of the big things, Lars, is that it's about automating the data, saving time and making things more efficient than the manual data collection we're doing at the moment. And of course, it's about meeting all the new legal requirements that we have that are coming down the line and passing our audits that we need to pass. And then we will also have consistent data across the whole of the Ikano businesses. And having all this data will really help us drive the sustainability performance.
And tell me, Peter, a very simple question. Why did Ikano do this?
And also a very simple answer, Lars. Of course, we're part of Ikano and it's in our DNA, so we want to make a difference. So, we've developed this unique offer with the best platform at the heart of it, where we combine our sustainability knowledge and our advanced analytics capability to allow us to support businesses not only with the platform but with the right level of knowledge and predictive analytics to help them make that accurate decision making. So all of the businesses can invest money and resources really efficiently and have that maximum people and planet impact.
Brilliant. And Teresa, as the CEO of Ikano Insight, in your opinion, what difference will this make?
Well, for us, this makes a huge difference. Partnering with a company like IBM brings access to world-leading technology onto which we apply our unique analytics and sustainability knowledge and skills. It brings a whole new dimension to our business, and it opens up an opportunity that we couldn't have accessed before. There are over 50,000 companies in the EU that will be subject to the CSRD regulation, opening up access to that huge market for us with our ESG Optimizer.
So one of the biggest opportunities ever. But Teresa, what else is going on now in Ikano Insight? Because I know you have a number of interesting projects on the go.
Yeah, we have lots of interesting projects, Lars. One of the really exciting ones has been to use our geolocation analytics to identify targeted segments to drive increasing sales for Batu Kawan store in Malaysia. And we've identified over 100 million ringgit in potential sales from that analysis. And now we're working with the team in Malaysia to extend the analysis and segmentation across all stores in Malaysia.
And if I ask you for the immediate priorities for 2024, you will say?
Well, our biggest and immediate priority is to focus on growing our business, Lars. And we need to do that by securing new revenue as well as adding value to our existing clients. So we're building on our geolocation analytics to drive growth in Batu Kawan and Ikano centres, as well as external businesses. And of course, as Peter has already described, our ESG Optimizer solution will be key to us to drive sales efforts to deliver new business growth at a time particularly when this is a business imperative. So we've got a great team, great structure. We're going to build on that strong foundation to deliver growth in 2024.
Teresa and Peter, thank you so much. Your support here for our sustainability stride is invaluable, and we really appreciate everything you and your colleagues are doing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now I would like to continue a little bit in the same road, but one of the things that makes me extremely proud in the Ikano Group is the focus on doing the good things. Many of you have during the year, taken part of a lot of the charity projects, and you have actually participated in the social days also. As always, we want to show a film that showcases it, but this time we have dug deep in the archives to find this. So take a look at this video.
At Ikano, our vision is to create possibilities for better living. We also want to have a positive impact on people, societies, and the planet we live on. That's why charity is an important part of our business. And it has been for a very long time. Some of the projects that we continue to work with to this day were originally initiated by Ingvar Kamprad 20 years ago. Like Nouvelle Planète in Vietnam, where we work long-term to help improve living conditions and helping people become more autonomous, while protecting the environment. The same goes for our annual Ikano Health Week. For the last 8 years, we have come together to improve our health and raise money for charity organizations all around the world. The long-term approach is important, but sometimes the need for help is exceedingly urgent. The COVID pandemic and the many climate-related disasters of the past years have urged us to supply immediate emergency relief and to further address global issues. It has also encouraged us to become even more locally engaged. Within each business, we have appointed ambassadors who are passionate about doing good in their communities. The ambassadors identify the needs in our local markets so that we can make a difference where it matters the most. Be it a constantly ongoing commitment or volunteering during social days each year. Every action counts. everyone can make a difference.
Isn't it fantastic to see? It's such a wonderful experience being able to contribute meaningfully to our local communities. So thank you everyone for joining. Now let's find out more about production business, how they have been working to improve efficiency. We'll start with a short film.
Welcome, Sebastian, Justina, and Casimir. It's so good to see you from two different parts of the world. So last year we talked about 2022 had been very challenging, but this year there's been a movement in many positive directions, at least for some of your businesses. Sebastian, entering 2023, can you elaborate a little bit on what have happened during the year?
Hi Lars, thank you for asking. Entering 23 with the understanding that it would be a tough year due to the lower volumes and external factors beyond our control was a really smart approach, allowing the company to brace for challenges. So today we can say that our strategy and the people commitment help us to stay resilient. By sticking to our core values and keeping communications alive, we are ready to tackle whatever the future holds.
It's great. And Justina, if we hone in on Poland specifically, what can you give us of highlights for 2023?
In Poland, we focused on maintaining solid fundamentals and strengthening our internal structure. Transparent and clear communication with our team was a key focus as it builds trust and fosters engagement in the face of challenges. To strengthen our competitiveness, we underwent the lean transformation that significantly contributed to cost reduction and increased our efficiency, but also changed the way we communicate and collaborate.
Really, really good. And my friend Cass in Mexico, what's going on? Can you give us a few highlights from a very, very busy 2023, I know?
Yeah, Hola from Mexico, everybody. In Mexico, we continue really hard work to build up the strong and competent organization based on Icano culture and values to support process to develop solid, reliable and local supply chain, which is critical to successfully ramp up the production of upholstery and mattresses for IKEA. It was not easier, definitely, but we strongly believe that today we have all prerequisite to become in 2024 the first choice IKEA supplier in NA, and we will get there.
I absolutely love what you just said there. So Sebastian, as CEO of Icano Insight, is there anything you want to add to this?
I fully agree with Cass. That was a very difficult year, 2023. Unfortunately, 2024 is not going to be easy as well. But we want really to make our production process in Poland even more efficient, anticipating the tougher competitions among the mattress producers and decreasing consumer purchasing power. But at the same time, aiming to keep our position of the most competitive supplier in Europe. We also continue to focus on further development of mattress and upholstery production capacity in Mexico. Moreover, following our experience from Poland, we would like to start the transformation process also in Mexico, which in many ways shaped our approach to our productions, significantly impacting efficiency and cost savings. So we are quite well established. We have all prerequisites to succeed.
Thank you for sharing your perspective from different markets, and sound like you're on the right track for 2024. A year goes so fast, and now we've reached summer 2023, a very special one, because we celebrated IKEA 80th anniversary and Ikano 35th anniversary.
In June, the business leader for Ikano Insurance, Thomas Wittbier, retired. The new leadership is divided between the two insurance business directions, where Angela Moll is CEO of Ikano Re and Carl-Johan Nielsen is Managing Director of Ikano Insurance Advisory, as well as overall business leader for the insurance business. Due to strained household economies, the demand for summer jobs was higher than ever before this year. That is why Ikano Båstad decided to step in and offer more summer jobs than previously for young people living in their areas. Because getting a summer job means a lot, something to do, a purpose, and money in the pocket. In Mexico, Ikano Industries building soaked up the summer sun through solar panels. The building is designed to maximize the use of renewable energy. Ikano Industry is LEED Gold certified, which validates their commitment to energy efficiency and sustainable construction. Solutions include reducing water consumption and landscaping with endemic plants that improve air quality and beautify the surroundings. Ikano Insight kept developing their values-based recruitment tool. It improves the efficiency of application management as HR teams can assess a candidate's fit to a role based on personal values and technical experience. Recruiting competent people who share values helps to cultivate a culture that maximizes co-worker potential. On August 24th, Ikano Retail gathered 800 service office, store and centre co-worker steering teams in 6 countries in a hybrid event to celebrate Ikano Retail's successes. Co-workers from across the business inspired with their plans to deliver profitable, sustainable growth for Ikano Retail. 2023 was a year where 2 big anniversaries were celebrated. On the 28th of July, IKEA turned 80, and on the 1st of September, Ikano turned 35. Both were founded by Ingvar Kamprad and originate back to 1943, when he registered IKEA as a company in Sweden. A new history timeline was launched to show the development of Ikano up until today. Ikano is now active in 16 countries. IKEA is present in 62 countries today, including 5 Ikano markets, and was properly celebrated around the Ikano retail world this summer.
Wow, it's actually mind-boggling to think that IKEA turned 80 years and Ikano 35 years this year. We'd love to talk to you, Christian, about this. It's almost difficult to hear anything because what the viewers cannot see is that there's tons of customers just around the corner, and that is good news. So if I would ask to you, with your many years with Ikano and working with IKEA, can you highlight some of your best memories?
What a wonderful question, because, well, I've only been here for, say, 25 years, but when I think back, right from back when Ingvar was still calling with investment opportunities, always people-related investment opportunities, to country entry, Thailand, Philippines, and so on, buying land pieces, negotiations, developing our commercial taste for our customers, so many fantastic things. But if there's one thing, if you wake me up in the middle of the night, then that would be to say all the people that work within Ikano and IKEA, and all those that are working with, that is the main thing. And about them, we have to remember Ikano, and I'm not even saying IKEA, because we of course work for Ikano. The family business we are in, don't take it for granted. It's a special business where we are listening to each other, we are taking decisions together, and we are accountable as individuals as well. That split is just very special, and I just love it.
Oh, that's fantastic. And there's so much going on all the time. Can we look ahead a little bit? What can we expect for the future for Ikano and IKEA?
I think the big things going forward is our omni-channel journey for IKEA. We love our stores, and the stores will always be the temple for our future and for the customers and for inspiration. Same for our meeting destinations. But of course, this omni-channel world, we are not perfect there yet. We will find a way, and we will become the winner there as well.
And we have your commitment for another 25 years, Christian?
Of course.
That's good.
Needless to say.
Sounds fantastic. Really good to hear. Thank you so much, Christian. So it's good. Okay, so now we move direction right now, and we're going to go to insurance. Our insurance teams are on a mission right now to ensure a circular economy, and this is exciting. So let's take a look at exactly what they mean with that.
To achieve our climate goals, we need to consume less and recycle more. Depending on the area of recycling, today we only recycle around 25%. This number needs to increase in all areas to 80 to 90%. We have asked ourselves, how can insurance help? Recycling companies are currently struggling to find insurance due to high historical losses. Recycling growth could be threatened by limited insurance capacity. We want to change that. As a first step, Ikano Insurance published, together with Inka and large insurance companies, Swiss Re and AXA, a position paper and a webinar highlighting the obstacles to this process. What goes around comes around, ensuring the circular economy. We believe closer collaboration and education of the recycling industry can contribute to closing the protection gap. This publication was just the start. We continue working on this project.
And here we have my friends from insurance, Carl-Johan and Angela. It's so good to see you. So circularity is high on the agenda right now. Angela, you're trying to revolutionize the whole recycling industry right now.
Yes, that's right, Lars. Thank you. So we continue collaborating very close with our partners, AXA and Swiss Re, on this project. And we have a couple of ideas how the next project phase could look like. So we want to simplify the process and work really close together with the risk engineers, but also with the recycling associations and also with Inka.
Sounds like an incredible complex project. What else is going on, Angela, in your world of insurance?
23 brought a couple of changes within our team, within the leadership. So it has been a quite intense year for all of us. From an insurance perspective, I'm really happy to say that we were lucky. We had no large loss this year than we had seen last year.
Sounds really good. And Carl-Johan, over to you. So what are the most important happenings for you in the past year?
Yeah, so thanks for having me, Lars. You may recall that we were talking about in 2022 that we saw a very large claim for IKEA industry in Slovakia due to an explosion that actually became the largest damage that we'd had for over a decade. I'm really proud to say that we managed to finalize and get this claim paid out in 2023, and with also a very good outcome for IKEA industry, which in the end is the most important thing for customers when they buy insurance.
And Carl-Johan, that's a little bit the unexpected. Is there something that happens for you every year?
Yes, Lars, every year the most important objective for the insurance team is to handle and manage the renewal of our global insurance programs for all the customers. And I'm very pleased to notice that we had a very successful renewal of all the insurance, despite yet a very difficult year with the war ongoing in Ukraine, and also now the recent horrible events in Israel and Gaza impacting the financial and insurance markets.
Really good. And I know you've always been focusing on a project related to co-worker absence. Is that correct?
Yes, so that is a project that's been ongoing, a very interesting one. It's all about well-being, and it's an interesting collaboration between Ikano Insight, Ikano Insurance and Inka, particularly in France, where we study the data coming from the insurer and also helping Inca to reduce the number of sick leaves, reduce the number of absence, and getting people to feel well and getting back to work. So really looking forward to see the outcome of this project also in 2024.
And Angela, back to you. Last year we discussed a lot the natural catastrophes, and you and I have had a number of conversations on this during the years. We have seen flood, wildfires, storms, earthquakes. What impact has that had on our business?
Yes, you are right, Lars. 23 brought even more natural catastrophes than the year before. And as you correctly pointed out, we are engaged in this area. We want to offer capacity for the many people out there. Luckily, financially wise, the year was not as bad as you could think, and we expect to see a positive result in this area.
That sounds amazing. And very promising to hear in this challenging world, you know. So, Carl-Johan, any comments on you on the financials also?
No, I think fingers crossed that we don't see any bad claims now in the last weeks of this year. But overall, we're looking for a very good performance result in 2023.
Carl-Johan and Angela, thank you so much for participating today. I wish you a nice day.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lars.
Now, as we approach the end of the year, let's have some short clips to symbolize that.
Ikano Bostad has now passed the milestone of helping more than 100 young adults to change their lives, from unemployment or criminality to work or education. This is through the Ikano Academy, which started in Stockholm in 2014. Participants are hired by Ikano Bostad to carry out property management tasks while being prepared for future work or studies. When finishing the program, they get help to find a new job through a network of partners. Ikano Insight has built a health and well-being tracker. By combining data sources such as medical claims, employee absences and co-worker contracts, the tracker can surface insights on co-workers' mental and physical health. These insights can help making business and policy decisions that promote productivity and employee satisfaction. In September, Ikano Bank launched a new loan in Finland for IKEA customers. It is an installment loan tailored for customers both in-store and online. The launch is the first test of a new ecosystem where services provided by other companies are used to a larger extent than before. This has been a major development effort with new capabilities integrated on a new banking platform. It's an important step to transform into a bank for the future.
For me, from retail, it's always interesting to learn about other parts of the business. So Lars, what's next?
And now it's time to check in with real estate. And our real estate business have had a particular very tough year this year because of market conditions. But let's watch a video that summarizes the year, and then we'll come back and speak to the leadership team.
The market situation, both in Sweden and Denmark, is the toughest in decades. We have increased inflation, we have much higher interest rates, and we also have higher costs. So for us it has been difficult to sell apartments, but also to start new projects. At the beginning of the year, we have to say goodbye to 50 employees. At that moment, we hope that the market's going to turn a little bit in the summer, but unfortunately, it got even worse. So in the autumn, we had to say goodbye to around 120 employees. Extremely difficult decision to take, but we think, and I think, it's necessary for the future. During this year, all our co-workers have worked a lot to boost the sales, to have campaigns and so on, and also finalized our projects so the new customer can move in. In the property management, we have also worked hard to maintain the costs. They have not decreased, but we have maintained most of the costs, and they have done a great job, actually. And another positive thing is that we have managed to start one project in Stockholm. It has been a tough year, but now we have to look forward and pick up our fighting spirit and let our values guide us even more. It's all about simplicity, working together, and also a lot of common sense. In the long term, there is still a need of apartments in all our markets. And I strongly believe in our business logic, where we have development and property management. And when the market turns, we will be there.
A warm welcome to our colleagues from Ikano Real Estate. We have René, Josephine and Robert. Robert, let me start with you. We have discussed, even when we entered 2023, we knew it was going to be a very tough year. But as we have seen in the movie and as we have discussed, it became probably even tougher than we expected and than we had feared during the year. Can you talk to us a little bit about the impact it has had on our co-workers in the process?
Actually, yes, Lars, it's been an extremely tough year with lots of changes for all our co-workers, and to have this downsizing is difficult for everyone, actually. And we have to say goodbye to a lot of good friends and colleagues on the process. But now we have to look forward, actually. And the coming years will be about creating new togetherness, living our values, and create engagement and motivation for the future.
Thank you, Robert. And Josephine, it's particularly in your area of business in the project development that we have been hit during the year also. But through strong leadership, you've also had some highlights. Can you mention some of them for 2023?
Absolutely. My highlights is that we were able to start a construction project which is important for us to remain competitive and on the market when it rebounds. It's very important. But I'm also very, very proud of all the hard work that has been done in our organization. And sale has increased lately, so we keep a positive mindset.
Truly amazing that after all that you managed to achieve that. René, the situation we have seen in Sweden, was that replicated also in Denmark, and has it been a similar, very tough year for you also in Ikano Bolig?
Yes, Lars, we had also a very tough time in Denmark. But despite that, we have succeeded with starting the sales of one of our projects, Bilhusene, so we can minimize the amount of unsold units when the project is finished next summer. And I'm also very proud of one of our pilot projects where we are going to build with bio materials and within the planetary limits of the carbon emission. And I hope that it's going to show us one of the ways of how to build in the future. That's all for me. Over to you, Lars.
Well, I can't wait to see this project and see it develop also. And also because you're using alternative materials, sustainable materials. And someone was talking about hemp as a construction material. Is that true?
It is. We're going to look into it, and it looks quite promising right now.
Fantastic. So Robert, after this year, what are the priorities for 2024?
The top priority for 2024 is profitability, actually. And also to what I said in the movie that you saw, prepare for when the market picks up again, because we know it will. And of course, we have to work with sustainability, such as hemp, for example, but we have to reduce our climate impact and continue our good work with social responsibility.
Very good to hear. And then rumors have said, Robert, that you have different plans for the future, that you've actually decided to retire in 2024. We are, of course, extremely sad to hear this, but we're very happy that at least you will continue for a while. It's not on the immediate front. You have been more than instrumental in developing Ikano Real Estate over the years, And I know we're going to get ample times to come back and thank you for your great contribution also. Would you have any comments to this announcement?
Thank you for those kind words, Lars. But yes, actually now we're entering a new strategy period, and we almost actually started up that work right now, and we're entering a new phase for all the companies. So I think it's the right time to hand over to someone else, actually. And of course, personally, I look forward to spend more time with my family and, of course, with my boat, actually. So that's on a personal level. But my focus will be for the coming month or until I quit, actually, to hand over, make a good handover to a new CEO, and one CEO is recruited.
This is very good news. So I will not say happy retirement yet, because we will keep you for a while.
Okay.
Thank you so much, guys. This is much appreciated. It's great. Have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, one topic that always stays high on our agenda and stay close to many hearts is sustainability. Let's take a look at a film that showcases some of the great initiatives in our business this year, as well as going forward.
The last couple of years we have learned to operate in a very fast-changing world. This means that we need to adapt, but we also need to take responsibility to lead us into a better future, both for people and for planet. At Ikano, we work in the wake of IKEA. They just set the target to reduce 50% of their CO2 emissions by 2030, and we will do the same. We will take the opportunity to work with the new EU directive called CSRD to truly become sustainable into our whole organization. The new reporting will hold us accountable for our actions, but it will also give us clear directions how to measure our achievements. Driven by our vision to create possibilities for better living, Ikano is on a journey to make a better impact on the world around us. We have high ambitions and every step counts. We have started a lot of great initiatives across our business, and here are a few examples of what's going on. Ikano Industry have a project where they have developed prototypes of a more circular mattress, with the ambition to push CO2 emissions as close to net zero as possible. The mattresses are now being tested by our co-workers. Ikano Bank has a mission to become paperless. We send out a lot of paper letters, 5.5 million last year to be exact. This year we brought the number down by 60%, and by 2025 we will be 100% paperless. This is a win-win, financially, for the climate, and also for customer satisfaction. As we strive towards a circular economy, it's important to make insurance available to the recycling industry. Our game-changing project, Ensuring the Circular Economy, looks at how we can make the insurance available to the recycling industry, and we are excited to be part of making this happen. Ikano Insight has developed an ESG optimizer to track and measure sustainability. We also use the ESG for calculating CO2 emissions to support businesses in simplifying their reporting and their transition to become even more sustainable. Creating business opportunities for social enterprises is one of the most meaningful ways that we can make a lasting social impact. Our latest one resulted in 30 new products, with more than 3,000 pieces sold the first 2 months. It also ensured work for 21 local artisans at 3 times the regular salary. Outside Copenhagen, 8 low-emissions rental townhouses are being developed, using unconventional building methods with biogenic and renewable materials like clay, wood and seaweed. The townhouses store the carbon naturally. The result is a 75% CO2 reduction and a better indoor climate. All our businesses have done a great job, and we are now ready to integrate sustainability into our business strategy and take on the most important challenges of our time.
Thank you, Kajsa, for those words. It is, if you reflect a little bit, it's truly amazing to see in just a matter of very, very few years, how far we have come in the Ikano group and in all the Ikano businesses. And it comes with accountability, and everyone takes ownership of this. I love being around in the different businesses where I see how our CEOs and business leaders also act as sustainability managers, and how the sustainability managers in the businesses actually are coordinating and constantly setting the bar very high. So we're now getting ready with the user play. Wow. So I was cut off a little bit there too quick. I had a long comment I had prepared. But anyway, we are ready to move on. So now we move on to our last business, which is retail, and which is, of course, extremely exciting because we see tons of customers behind us just over here as we are celebrating the opening of the new store. But let's start with a video with some of the highlights. So, I have a few questions I would like to ask here because this is very exciting. So, Christian, operating in retail these days, this is not easy, is it?
Actually, Lars, it sounds like we should complain, but actually we don't. And it sounds odd. The reason is, yes, I think the whole globe underestimated coming out of COVID how troublesome it is for everyone. We underestimated the cost increases, and in particular for us, the interest rates increase that squeezes us and squeezes our poor customers. So that's not good. However, we are coming out as the winner. No one of our competition can make this better than us. So we are using this as a way of getting ahead, not going behind.
Sounds really good. Leonie, why another store in Thailand? Why another store in Bangkok?
Why not? Well, actually, I told you this is the first store in Bangkok.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
We have
that's
one
true.
in Prakan and one in Nonthaburi.
I forgot the two other monster stores that are very close.
Just outside of Bangkok. So
exactly.
This is the biggest home furnishing store in the heart of Bangkok.
Correct.
After 12 years on the market, those who know us love us, but not enough people know us. So our top of mind is still low. And we hope that with this big sort of marketing machine that we have in the heart of Bangkok, 80 million eyeballs a year, right on the BTS, the Asuk interchange, we hope that many people will see us more. So that's great. And then on top of that, we have only a 5% market share here in Bangkok. We hope to double that. And we actually work together with Ikano Insights to actually establish the great data for IKEA Sukhumvit. So thank you to them too.
And our next store?
Our next door. I have in my heart, well, first of all, I must say I must make this a success. And then we look forward to seeing what we can do in Phuket. It's a market that's on fire right now and growing. And we have opportunity within the north of Bangkok as well. So let's see, watch this space.
Sounds amazing. And Annie, now you're not my co-host. Now you're the store manager for a few seconds.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about what's going on here in this store right now.
IKEA Sukhumvit is all about accessibility and convenience to the many more people in Bangkok. We're offering full IKEA experience, full of home furnishing inspiration, 26 room settings. People can touch and feel over than 8,000 products, over 4,000 products they can buy today, take home today. And we're having this lovely, beautiful restaurants with $1 million view starting with just €1 meal. Unbeatable. No one else in this downtown Bangkok can offer like us.
Sounds amazing. And Leonie, are we going to cannibalize the other stores now?
Yeah, that's true. We will a little bit, but Denny and the team at Bang Na are fighting hard back and had a very good day yesterday. So let's see. The fight is on, and we hope to gain market share rather than cannibalize each other.
Exactly.
That's very good. Christian, tough 2023. How are we preparing for 2024?
In wonderful ways, actually, Lars. We want to go back to what we are here for. And that is actually extraordinary organic growth, as Leonie always reminds us. So, of course, expansion and new units and all are exciting and important. But we will, for a few years, really focus on our existing stores and shopping centers being the best of the best we can be for our customers and co-workers, with all the things that means in terms of logistics, marketing, co-worker conditions, everything. Review our business and just firm the whole thing up a bit, professionalize it so that we are ready for the future.
Great. And just a question. How do you rally almost 6,000 co-workers in the business planning process now that you start, which is so important?
It is incredibly important and incredible fun and exciting. And to quote Ingvar, right, it's about Kraftsamler. And what does Kraftsamler mean? It means something about that we as a team focus on things that matters. So we are splitting business plan up in what we call main actions and actions. So concrete things that we can distribute so that every one of us, me, you, everyone, have at least a few actions actually to perform during the year that the person is responsible for. And in that way, we gather the whole team to go in the same direction and make the best we can do out of IKEA and Ikano.
So I would like to say thank you to the three of you for letting us use your store, but of course also managing this incredible Ikano retail business. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's great. Here we are. That's good. Yeah. That was one of the quickest bumpers I've ever seen in my life. But with me now I have Maureen, so that's very good.
Yes.
And now we're going to talk about the Sustainability Award. So that's fantastic. Because there's no other way than, no better way to celebrating a lot of our sustainability initiatives than by creating this award. And we've highlighted some of the outstanding performances this year. Is that correct?
Yes, that's true. But first of all, I just would like to say a big thank you. More than 1,000 Ikano friends have been voting for their favorite among the sustainability initiative, which I think is fantastic. And now we have a result. But first, the nominees are Lars, are you ready?
I'm ready.
1, 2, 3. And the winner is...
Congratulations, Ikano Retail and IKEA Mexico. What a brilliant performance. And thanks to everyone that voted. And fact of the matter is that it was a very, very close call between retail and production.
Yes.
Just a few votes difference.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
That's pretty
so
exciting.
It was very close.
It could have gone either way. But what's also very interesting is that now we have started a new trend. So I'm already looking forward to the many, many sustainability initiatives next year that we can highlight at the same time also. So well done, everyone. Now, Marie, I know you have 2 more very important topics.
Yes, we have. And we know that many of you out there love a challenge and even more to contribute to a good cause. So we are really happy to share that we have more in store. The first one, our beloved Health Week, which we will merge with the bike ride fundraiser, which we did for the first time this year. We saw a lot of engagement around the businesses, and we feel that if we can merge these two in 1 week, we can achieve an even stronger engagement. So that is great. And then we're also excited to introduce something new for next year, and that is like the first ever group-wide climate week. Most of us feel that we can, and we want to live a more sustainable life, but we don't know always how to do that. But with a climate week, we hope to inspire, engage, and learn even more together with climate-themed activities. And you will hear much more about these 2 fantastic weeks initiative on Econo One soon. That's it.
Thank you, Marie.
You're welcome.
Oops, I'm actually looking forward to adding more kilometers to the bike next year.
I know.
Didn't really do that well this year, but next year is going to be much better. And I'm particularly excited about the Climate Week. So, now it's near to the end, and what better way than finding the right clue cards right here, which is what I will do here. So, now as we reach the end of the session of our year, I would like to summarize with the following message. There's no way we can control everything that goes out in the world, even if we operate in the wake of IKEA. But we can always step up, we can always take responsibility, we can always face challenges, and we can always seize the opportunities. And especially if we do this together, we will be unbeatable. Thank you for everything that you have done for us this year. Thank you for your resilience. Thank you for your perseverance, and thank you for all your hard work, all of you. I would also like to thank everyone who has been part of this production, who have made this possible today. And a massive thank you to you, once again, Annie, for letting us use your store and for being the most amazing co-hosts ever.
My pleasure.
Yeah, it's been really, really good.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, I wish you and your close ones a great end to the year and a lovely holiday season. And I look forward to embracing all the many opportunities with you next year. Take care.
Take care.